Hello, it's another midnight video. This time I'm outside. And it's all wet. Anyway, yeah, moving about, shaky, why not? Alright, this one's gonna be kind of a little bit short. This one's simple, and it's probably gonna be entitled, is, the mind, is the eyeglass, and, how it relates to past lives. Well, and the spirit realm as well. Well, as many of you are probably well aware of, you cannot remember most of your past lives. Your mind and your spirit remember it just fine, actually, but they house in different sections. Subconscious holds all the things that we ever perceived, really. It's quite amazing. And even in our past lives, if you dig around your subconscious, you'll probably find things. But honestly, the mind is not built. The mind is built as an eyeglass, almost, for your spirit, for your soul, almost. Okay? This is why you cannot truly remember a past life. Also, the mind is meant more as a tool more than the actual thing. It is the thing that perceives the human experience. You know, it's not meant to record the past lives and the metaphysical self. You know, like my mind, as I've dug around and I've messed with things maybe I shouldn't have, but, you know, you dig around and you find out things. Very interesting things. Sorry, the fan just cut out. Surprised me there. You find out very, very interesting things. You dig around long enough, and you remember things that the mind can't really conceive of. You know, if you ever do research on multiple dimensions, your mind will start to hurt, because you really, it doesn't hurt for me, but first it did. At first, when you first start researching, you know, your brain's gonna hurt afterwards, or you just won't understand it at all. But it takes a little bit. Once you start learning it, you'll actually be able to get into, like, understanding it, sort of. The mind is not meant to perceive other dimensions than the one that we're on. You know, so if your spirit is going to dimensions that are 5th dimension, 6th dimension, 9th dimension, whatever it is, you know, your spirit will be able to truly convey what it is that it experienced there to your mind self, to your conscious self. It is only a vague recollection. Also, your mind's not meant to house multiple memories, multiple ideas and things of the past life. You know, it's not meant to hold multiple things. I mean, honestly, if you think about it, in your past life, you would be a completely different person. You know, if you could remember all the details of all your past lives, you would have schizophrenia, literally, because you would have all the memories of the other person. Or you just wouldn't, you would have an overruling personality, which many of us do, even though we can't really help it, which stems from the past life. You wouldn't actually be yourself. You would be the alternate self. You wouldn't actually be able to be that. You know, many times when people start really digging around and looking at spirituality, they refer to themselves as we, sometimes they don't even realize it. This is partially due to that factor, because you become a multiple different, in a way, people, but yet you're all connected in the same way. Now, I will tell you this, you won't start hearing voices and things like that, but you get memories of different people which you were in your past life, and different personalities altogether, yet very similar, that builds into your own character. So the mind is the hourglass, is the eyeglass. It is the tool by which we see and perceive the world around us. Spirit is simply, to us, the body, the physical body, is the eyeglass to the mind. The mind to the soul is the eyeglass to that. Okay? And if you will, you want to take a step further, the spirit, the souls, are the eyeglass to the universe. You know, you want to take it that step further. But, you look at all that, truly we are interconnected, and that's the way we're interconnected. Now, I mean, the body can't perceive all things of the mind. It can't understand everything that we are of the mind based on the body. The body can't understand all the thought processes of the mind, all the mathematical equations and all that. Sorry, there's cats running. It's dark and I'm outside and it makes me feel weird. But your body cannot perceive the whole idea of everything. It can perceive the feelings, I guess, of... What are you doing out here? Sorry. Fun little cat Nara, what is she doing out here? Anyway, the body can perceive all the hormonal effects, let's say, of being, I guess, emotionally charged in the situation, if you know what I mean. But the mind cannot understand, but the body cannot understand, I guess, the whole reasoning for love, the reason for attraction. It just understands that you're attracted to this person, and, you want to do things. And then the body reacts as such. That's the same way with the soul and the spirit and all things. You cannot understand entirely what it does, but through the mind, but it works like the eyeglass. As we're starting to learn, the mind is actually learning to understand the soul more and more. The mind and the soul are becoming more one, and it's very, very interesting. That's awakening process. Everyone is becoming more awake, it seems, especially my generation. Anyway, that's an interesting thing, the mind being the eyeglass and to the soul. So anyway, I guess good night, and I'll be doing my other video. I'll be trying to do a lot more how-to videos versus these spiritual ones. They're very, very important, but I think I need to get more into the how this works versus the spirituality of it. But if you're interested, message me through this system, and I will see if I can Skype you maybe, or Facebook, or some other means of communication. I like communication. I like talking on spiritual matters. The more how-to, it's always very interesting. It keeps us going, Anyway, good night, and or good morning, or wherever the heck you're from. Alright, have a nice night.